Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Hearts of Iron, the Great War. What would Bismarck do? Otto von Bismarck, Chancellor, first Chancellor? Chancellor of Germany? Foreign Minister of Germany. During the 18th century, responsible for the unification of Germany. What would he have done in 1914? Could he have prevented a war, ultimately? I've been playing sort of a on the side version of this game. With this actual scenario, I've been playing with Germany, and war did break out in the playthrough that I did prior, and I'm about in 1916, and I actually am kicking butt. I don't want to curse or anything, but I ended up enveloping like 50 some divisions right around Warsaw, and we've swept through the Balkans. Serbia has been taken over. Montenegro, is this Montenegro? Yeah, Montenegro has fallen. The Italians have joined. It's basically the same, almost the same scenario as World War One. I don't have Bulgaria on my side yet, but the Entente in that game consists of the United Kingdom, France, Russia, Italy, and Japan in 1916. I don't have the United States, obviously, isn't involved yet. But one of the big difference that I didn't do is I didn't invade Belgium, and that was one of Bismarck's warnings. He said, "Don't invade Belgium," because that would bring the English in. Obviously, the English got in anyways, but I have a defensive stance on the Western Front, heavily entrenched. I'm starting to build fortresses here as well. I think I have multiple armies lined up here. The French continue to attack and pour in manpower and resources, and they just get wiped out. That line has not budged. In the meantime, I have conquered like all the Baltic states. I'm ready. I did conquer St. Petersburg too. The capital was moved to Moscow. And there's a pocket of Russians right around Odessa, I think. And other than they've captured the Austro-Hungarians captured Kiev. Like I said, Serbia was wiped out. There's been 2 or 3 times where Allied forces have attempted landings here in Dalmatia, and I've completely enveloped them and cut them off from supplies, and they've been knocked out too. Italy is where I'm having some problems. I had to move quickly. I didn't think Italy was going to join right away. That kind of caught me off guard, and I moved troops. Well, when they did, the Austrians had nobody in the Alps, and I was like, oh my god. So then I moved a bunch of troops down to the Alps. However, they had secured a couple provinces in the Alps there too, so there's like a stalemate here, and they are penetrating somewhat into the Balkans right around Croatia. I know they've captured Trieste. But we are holding here in that game, and so that game's been a lot of fun. So I'm having a lot of success there, and I think in the last game, the one thing I didn't actually, last episode here, I gave up Mamel in sort of a Russian appeasement attempt. I didn't do that in the other games. I'm not sure if I backfired there or not, but looking at the Russian national focus tree here, there is a way to get Russia not to join the Entente, I believe. Western focus, Balkan focus. I thought there was politics of Scandinavia. Oh boy, I hope there is. Knife in the back to fight Germany. Oh, there it is. Deal with Wilhelm. Yeah. Okay. So, if they do a Western focus, they could deal with me and enact a non-aggression pact with the Germans, and this could create a second Russo-Austrian agreement. The Russians would gain 50 points in the Austrian opinion. Then you would have sanctions against the United Kingdom, reducing their trade relations. And then a knife in the back, in which the Russians join the Central Powers. And from Bismarck's point of view, or Bismarck's history, he did orchestrate a what was it called, the Alliance of the Three Emperors, where you had Germany, Russia, and Austro-Hungarian Empire all aligned with each other in the late 19th century. So that was a possibility. So I guess what I'm going to do is to try to encourage that, since I already went ahead and appeased them. Let's see what they got here. Same ruling party, improved relations. Oh, I'm already doing it. The German Empire is improving relations with Russia. So, same ruling party, that's good. They're aligned with us. Is there anything else I could do here? Request production licensing. They will accept this? I don't know what they got. Scouts, airships. What would they possibly have that's more advanced than ours? Let's check it out. Hold on. What do we have? We've got field artillery. We have everything they have. Armored car. What the heck? That's not all. Oh, there it is. Okay, so defense, breakthrough, hardness, soft attack. Max speed is 9. I wonder what the Russians is. I wish I could write this down. I wish you could. That's one thing. I wish this game could allow you to compare things or line things up, so that you could just compare vehicle to vehicle. That is something that I hope they improve on eventually. Okay, I think I got all the numbers down. So I can just compare them when I go to the Russians. Equipment. And I don't know if this is a big deal. I was watching a couple of YouTubers that have been using this request license production, and I think it may have helped somewhat. What do they have here? Alright. They match up with us. Basically, every number here is the same. There is no difference. So, do I wait to let them make some changes? I don't know what type of research they're doing. I guess I'll wait and come back to that. So, yeah, let's go ahead and press play here and get some time off here. Sorry, talking the whole time here. One thing I still need to do is organize my armies a little bit more. Let's go ahead and... What are these guys? What is the difference between these divisions? I want to make sure I know what I did here. Usually I like to make the knight pieces more of a defensive division type. This one's much more involved. More... What do we have? This is the minimum division. So can I do things here to make them more defensive? Heavy artillery, are they defensive? Breakthrough, defense is plus 11 with heavy artillery. Soft attack. Let's put in some heavy artillery. Do I have heavy artillery? Am I producing it? I am not. That's not what I want. I need siege artillery for this. And do we have any? That's coming up. It's not that that matters. It's prioritized regardless. I'm just gonna move that up. Alright. So, let's take one from there, add it back so when the factories come in, they'll go there. I don't know if I should have done that or not. Yeah, it's not bad. So, let's go ahead and start... Well, we're not training anybody here. Well, alright, so what I'm going to do is... I'm going to add... heavy artillery... to these units. And that should make them more defensive, actually. So, the knights... are the defensive units. Let's go ahead and attach them. This is the Western Front. These are all Eastern Front. New theater. Let's call this Eastern Front. Just getting things organized here in the first episode. Sorry about that. Eastern Front. Okay. And I'm gonna want to put almost all these divisions in there, I think. Where are these guys? Ah, I should change that. Create another theater. We want to change their color too. Let's make them blue. And we're gonna call these guys the Northern Front, I guess. Or the Danish Front. I'll say Danish Front for now. It is northern, but there we go. Alright, so defensively I want to move most of these guys, 6 of them, onto the Western Front. Alright, 21 divisions there. And then, yeah, that's good for now, I guess. So I have a plan to envelop, I have a plan to advance here, penetrate. The envelopment group should include probably more... Looks like I have a lot of these divisions. I don't think I need to produce any more defensive positions. So armored cars, we're going to move to that division. Cavalry. Orange and purple are those are going to be our spearhead divisions. So let's go ahead and make them look... Oh, what the heck. Make them look like they're spearheaded. Your insignia. Here's that. There we go. Spades. Ah! Alright, so we have... I am researching too, right? Okay, good. Renew Triple Alliance. Our old alliance with Austria-Hungary, and Italy needs to be renewed again. And considering the climate of Europe, it's a hard case to argue not at least trying to do so. Italy, in particular, seems to be less and less dedicated to this alliance as time goes on, and special attention must be given to that area. So Italy, there is a focus tree that does lead Italy towards the Central Powers, and secret alliance with Romania. I don't want to do anti-Russian. I'm going to stay away from that. I could assert German position in the east. That would just give me extra political power. But I think I went down this route intentionally because I want to focus on Italy. If this could happen, and this would be something that Bismarck would try to do, to break the Allies and create a system of alliances that, you know, prevents everyone from ganging up on Germany. So I'm thinking we are improving our position with the Russians. We appease them somewhat. I have diplomatic relations being improved with them. There's a chance Russia could break away from the Entente. There's a chance Italy could stay in the Central Powers. So, we're going to go ahead and support Italy. Beginning a diplomatic push for further ties with Italy will weaken our position with Austria-Hungary, though this may be the price worth paying to keep them at least slightly more loyal. Italy gains German-Italian alliance focus. That's interesting. I wonder if this allows them, because I want to check that out, actually. Hold on, let me check this out. This would be interesting to know, because I know they have support Germany. I guess that's the line right there. Support Germany. Germany gains German alliance focus. German-Italian alliance focus. What does that mean? Recognize Albania. Anti-French. That's what I want them to do. Anti-French, anti-British. Claim Egypt. Claim Savoy. Acknowledge the Bucharest Treaty. I don't know what that is. War in Europe. Join the Central Powers. That's the line. We don't want them to do that. Okay. So, that's interesting. Well, I'm definitely going to do it. Support Italy and gain German-Italian alliance focus. Maybe that will help. Now, we'll lose some points against the Austrians, but we're already, like, far ahead with them. We've got diplomatic bonus, we've got same ruling party, and in faction puts us over 100. So we're over. Even if we lose 20, we're still going to be maxed out. So that's not a concern. I want to take a look at our technology here. We've got mass charge, planning speed, defense divisions. I'll just get through this day too, actually. 12 days, we're going to have to replace that. Mechanical computing, I'm probably going to want some more industrial technologies. Oil production. That looks good. Fortification enables building a trench. Or we might want engineering. Reinforcement rate. I think best thing would be oil production. 192 days, wow. 1914, we got a while before we upgrade our infantry at all. I don't think we need Marines at all. I don't know if this music's too loud for you guys. Let me just, well, there's gotta be a way to adjust that. All the support companies, level 2 are 1914. Hold on a second. Options. Audio. Oh, we'll hear a little bit. Hopefully that's better. Let me know if that improved things. Close, close, close. Okay, we're running this. And continuing to organize our divisions here, I think, is the name of the game. I've got a lot of divisions around Berlin. I don't think I need them all. The 9th, not the 9th, 4th Army doesn't have too many troops. We'll have to upgrade their divisions. And let's boost them up a little bit to 13. That's an unlucky number. I don't like it. Should make it 14. There we go. I do want to be able to defend the ports. I want to get one of these guys in that port. Right there. Okay, the other thing I should be doing probably is training. Yeah, we can train these divisions, I think. Let's go ahead and do it. And we can train these. Oh, you know what I like to do sometimes? I like to set up like a training army. Like an army that's just designated for training, and then I can have new divisions deployed there. So let's go ahead and let's take these guys, start a new army, give it to some general who doesn't really have any skills or anything like that, and they will just begin training. We might as well include these two in the training army. Is this the training army? Yeah. I want them in a different theater. German Theater 1, that's fine. Let's give them different insignia so we know that they're training or designated as the training army. I don't know what looks like training here. That kind of looks, that's a sunflower. Does it tell you what these are? That looks like training. Like a training wheel. Okay, they can be the training army. I'd actually like to make them a different color too. I like to make them green, right? Because troops are green. They're not well trained. That makes sense. Okay, maybe I can move. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Alright, cool. I like it. Feel comfortable with that. Let's get a lot of these guys in there so they can fully train. And then once they're done fully training, I will put them more onto their front. How many, is it 24 is the max per division? I don't remember. Oh yeah, 24. Alright, there it is. Basic hand tools, let's check it out. A variety of new developed tools can be used in military production. We want to go with oil production, I think, right? Research that. 192 days. Whew, it's going to take a while. Oil production. Oil and its uses have been known since the 19th century. Sadly, most of our oil extraction abilities dates to much the same. Modernizing our oil well will increase our take of this valuable substance to a good degree, increasing it 1%, resource gain efficiency overall 2%. Not big gains, but it sets us down the tree, I think, to get to the gains that build up. I don't know, do you need this for that? I guess it helps. We really want the oil refineries. Alright, here we go. Check this out. So, Japan-Korean Annexation Treaty. Korean Empire a Japanese puppet state since the assassination of Queen Min in 1895 has signed a treaty with the Japanese government that result in full annexation. Though the Russian Empire and the United States are complaining about this measure, no official action has been taken against Japanese yet. It seems that Korea's long legacy will go out with nothing more than a whimper, oh well. And you would think that that should have some sort of effect on world tension, I would think, but it doesn't. So, you know, that kind of stinks. Because I need world tension to be high if I'm gonna actually like do anything diplomatically. I can't get anything done diplomatically if where is it? If yeah, I can't do like I need 35% world tension to send Lend-Lease or to request Lend-Lease. I need 7 volunteers. We need it to at least be 15. That's not bad, actually. 15, I can get to 15 and send some volunteers. Stage a coup. So to, like, you know, do some sort of, we need 40% to guarantee independence. Look at that. So to intervene without, indirectly, you need world tensions to be a lot higher as a, as an authoritarian power. And that's just not in the cards, really. Field gun, armored car, -11. Alright, let me take a look at what other national focus trees these guys are going down here. Because I want to keep track of the other countries. European focus. Okay, so European focus That is possible for them to support Germany. Let's go ahead and send improved relations to them. And how are we looking now? Improving relations with the Russians, the Italians, and the United Kingdom. Do I really need to be improving relations with the United Kingdom? That's I want to keep them out of the Entente. Yep. They're supporting the Russian Empire. That's not a good sign. Supporting the Russians, supporting France. Mutually exclusive with anti-German policy. They could still support me. I would have preferred they supported me. But at least they're not anti-German. I guess they did send diplomats and Russian support. The big rival, I guess, is France. They're going anti-Ottoman policy. That's interesting. Asserting French positions in the East and anti-Ottoman policy. Which means, let's see. There's the anti-German policy. We don't want them to go down that route. Support claims in Romania, help Serbian nation. Yeah, France is the one where there really isn't much of an option for them to align with Germany within their national focus structure. Don't really see that happening. But we could possibly keep the Russians out, or keep the Italians out and the British out, and maybe even kick the Russians out of the Entente. And then we can isolate France. And that was central to Bismarck's foreign policy, isolating France by surrounding them with Republican states. Of course, Germany were an authoritarian state, so we're not going to be too concerned with that. But that's how we're playing things right now. Got a couple more technologies coming in the next 2 days. What do I want to do? Maybe doctrine. I don't have. I think artillery might actually be a good approach. Siege artillery, particularly, since we're going down. Let's do siege artillery for one. Since we're going down that route, we're going to add heavy weapons. Or we are adding heavy weapons. That's 1910 technology. I'm not worried about the Navy as much. I probably should be somewhat concerned with the Air Force, but not yet. 455 days to get out of here. No, I'm not worried about the Air Force right now. What would the other technology be? 1910. Oh, okay. Time to research 4 days, so we're just going to go right to engineer drawing. Mechanical computing, which gives us 1% increase in research time, or reduces research time by 1%. Could give us engineering drawing, which actually doesn't improve our research time, but does lead us to improve mechanical computing. Oh, these aren't really that good. Oh, you know what I should do? I should get one of these. Encryption or decryption. Then I can get more information on what the opponents are doing. Okay. What is France doing? They are anti-Ottoman policy, that's right. Austro-Hungarians, they are asserting their position in the East, giving more political power. Asserting position in Europe, that's going to give the Ottomans political power. They could be doing an anti-Italian. We're not going to approach the Ottomans. Turkish distrust of Germany. I don't want that. We're not going to approach the Ottomans until war has broken out. They're our last resort. They're the sick man of Europe, and I'm not very concerned with them. Balkan politics for the Serbians here. Alright, let's pause that. Detailed mechanical computing. We're going to go and human power transport. Human power transport. Oh, I didn't realize we could do that. Let's do that. That's better. 95 days. We'll get that done quicker. More resource gain efficiency. I like that. And let's go with decryption, so we can find out what the enemy is doing. Decryption is the reverse. In other words, moving from the unintelligible cipher text to the plain text. All right, cool. And we're about 30 minutes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put an end to this episode. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment down below, inform me on strategy or other historical events that I'm not aware of. World War one-wise. If anyone has any insights, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Please like the video if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Hit the bell button if you want constant updates. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.